It's time for our main event.
It's time.
What?
Let's
I'm
roll
ready.
that footage. Roll the footage.
Let me know, is my screen currently being shared on the stream?
Absolutely not.
Okay, can someone do that?
Can someone do
You
that?
can't do it?
Also, wait, Travis,
No,
are you
'cause I
in
have to
this?
stay on this screen.
Or is that just for doppelganger?
Do you mean your screen?
Yeah, can someone just hit add to
You mean
screen?
this one?
There it is.
There it is.
Okay, we all good?
All right.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
say this. For everybody that is watching. We're going to do a nice little breeze through of this trailer, and afterwards, of course, we're going to have a Q&A about it. But keep in mind, since we are screen sharing, it's probably not going to be the best quality. But if you do want to look at it in all of its glorious HD or 4K, whatever the hell we did, I'm pretty sure it was 4K. You can also make sure to go check it out over on YouTube at Lasting Light Media, where you can find a lot of stuff. We'll mention that name a little bit later as we continue through the discussion, so stay with us. But yeah, let's just hop right into it, guys, and I hope you enjoy.
Here we go. Ready, everyone? Ready?
Full screen that. Come on.
Okay, let me. Can you still see my full?
Yeah.
Oh, can you still see it?
There it is.
Full?
Yep.
Okay,
Hit the
cool.
play. Hit the play.
Here we go.
This can only go poorly.
Damn it.
Sub-Zero?
Who's that wonderful guy?
Oh.
I've been looking for you. You still have time to walk away. You don't need to do this. I've spent all of these years wasted on you. Now I'm done. You have no one, Tarrick. You're no one. The Guardians of the Whills were weak. Not as weak as you. This only ends one way. Yes, it does. You took my life away from me. Now it's your turn to die.
Ooh, a lot of red.
This is who we are. I'm one of the Force, and the Force is with me.
July 3rd, guys.
Ah, so
Man.
good.
Wow.
All right.
Can you unshare my screen, please?
Sure, why not? I
My
run the studio
heart
back here. I
is
can take care of things.
But before we get into it, I just want to say to everyone involved, like we did a thing.
We did a thing.
Yeah.
We did a thing, man.
Not that you want to toot your own horn, but you know, we kind of did something big.
I get
Man.
so nervous about work that I've been on that, like, just watching that, just sitting here watching you guys watch that, like I'm shaking a little bit.
Aww.
No, Travis.
I mean,
Travis, it's good. You're good, boy.
You also just look so like, ah!
Ah!
Trust me, you don't know the half
Trust
of
me,
it.
it gets a lot more brutal when you as it further goes in the film.
Dude, those special effects look sick.
They were the lightsabers looked nice.
Yes,
man.
Me
The
and
lightsabers?
the team worked diligently and still are working diligently, and it's a process, but it's coming along great. But I don't feel like there's any better. We have deadlines coming up, but it will be out July 3rd. Keep that in mind. I will emphasize that date over and over again here for all you watching. But that being said, what better time than to bring out our special guest, the man, I guess he's a myth, an enigma, if anything, the legend, the one responsible for putting together that miraculously fantastic trailer, the one and the only Josh Needle, director of Star Wars, The Broken Whills.
Hi, Josh.
Hello,
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Amazing now.
Amazing. That could be a couple of different ways outside the studio.
I
gotta say, are you nervous when people watch it?
Yes,
and you
I was
have to
right
sit
with
there
you.
watch?
The second it started, I was like, oh no, they're gonna hate it and suck.
Yeah.
No. So how do you want to do this, Caroline? How do you want to go around the table?
Well, we're just going to go ahead and talk all of our thoughts. And if you guys have any questions, we are going to go through all of our thoughts first, just because we're doing a reaction. And then, of course, we are going to open up the floor to Q&A for Josh and Travis, because that was amazing. But yeah, if you have any questions, comment them down in Facebook, on YouTube, and I will keep track of them. But for now, the 7 of us are just going to talk about what we just saw.
Now, for some contextualness, I don't know how you'd want to word this, Josh, but Josh, would you like to open the floor by giving us like the synopsis of the film?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure.
I haven't really thought about this.
I don't know if you wrote it. On podcast that I just did on Saturday.
So there's lightsabers.
Yep. So there's this galaxy far away, and it takes the main character's name is Tarrick Derain, played by your lovely Travis here.
Yes, Travis.
And the main kind of idea of the story is these two characters are, or at least at one point in their lives, were the Guardians of the Whills, which were introduced in Rogue One, the Baze Malbus and Chert Imwe characters. And it's kind of takes place way in the future, like hundreds, multiple decades away from everything we've seen before. So it's a different iteration of those types of characters. But the main idea of the story is Tarrick is hunting down Sival, and he is looking for him to kind of end this mysterious conflict that is between them, that we get to find out more about throughout the movie as it goes along. And a lot of it's driven by action, which, as you've seen in the movie, in the trailer, there's a lot of action. And there's a lot of drama too. There's a lot of really there's not a lot of dialogue in the movie. It's a very kind of solemn, silent, not silent movie, but it's very inspired by like old school samurai films where there's not a lot of dialogue. It's heavily driven by action. So we really wanted to tell a story that was kind of in that vein, but is still our own unique Star Wars story. And it's very much a simple kind of, last stand, two warriors going up against each other battle. But it's got a lot of emotion. It's got a lot of drama. It's really intense. And I think and hope that you all are going to really like it.
Or they spit on it entirely.
Yeah, it gets panned. They hate it all.
We would never.
Nick, if you open your mouth even once, I will slay.
What? No, I'm kidding. It was a very good trailer, guys. Actually,
beautifully
very good
said,
job.
Josh.
Yeah,
and also, I've said
job.
it to you before, because luckily being part of the team, I get early access, so I saw this well before any of you. But even at the time, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Josh, fantastic job on this trailer. Like I told him when he showed it to me, be like, Josh, I'm in this film. I helped write it and everything, and I got chills from watching this. Like, I should be the least affected here.
No, I just want to say, like, the amount of like suspense you built up through like a 2-minute trailer was absolutely ridiculous. Like, I give you so much props for that.
Thank you.
The boy does love suspense.
The boy.
He does love
he's
his
a
suspense.
Halloween fan, so he kind of likes suspense in those old school horror films. But this is a sci-fi film. Well, this is a space opera, but I digress. It is. Isn't that right, Josh? Isn't that what the creator himself once said? It's a space opera. It's not fantasy sci-fi necessarily.
What he said.
It's beautiful.
And I can tell from our recent history that we're just very comfortable with making content that's aggressive.
Aggressive.
Like, I mean, we all like work together on this, and like something that I've come to realize over like the past like year working with you guys on this is that like we are an aggressive group.
Yeah, we are.
We're an aggressive
Yeah, we
group,
are.
and like,
Ruthless aggression.
it just comes out in our friendship, and it just like comes out in like our art, and I love it.
Yeah,
So
there's a real learning curve.
Going off the aggressive comment, are there because we only saw scenes of aggression, are there more like dialogue heavy scenes?
There's not a lot of dialogue heavy scenes. Most
Okay.
of the dialogue is during battle and in those moments. Most of the quiet scenes are without dialogue.
Okay.
So it's a lot of just kind of just drama and like internal thought processing, and you know, Travis doing his best. Travis's acting being on full display.
Oh yeah.
My facial expressions are top notch.
That's right.
Yes.
Cover.
Well,
You're giving Leonardo DiCaprio a run for his money. Absolutely.
Yeah, especially when he won that Oscar for that Alejandro Inarritu film. What was it? The Revenant. Thank you.
If he didn't win for that, that was insane.
No, he didn't. I thought he got not. Well,
No,
he
he
got
did. He did.
All right, never mind. I don't know who wins for anything anymore. I don't watch Oscars.
Right.
I only watch fan films directed by Josh Needle. But anyway,
Oh wow!
that's real
You've seen 2 movies in your life?
Three.
I probably won't get my
We have
Academy
ASAP.
Awards card to the VIP lounge for next year's Oscars. So sorry, Oscars. But anyway, Caroline, do you mind if I share a thought here?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, let me share a few thoughts here, Josh, because I have a few things I want to say to you, and I want to make this crystal clear. We know that sometimes in life, when trailers come out, the studio likes to give away everything. You know, sometimes they do it in the teaser, sometimes they do it in trailer number 2, trailer number 3, or even trailer 37 and part 5 /
Black Widow.
part 5 for Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in 2000 whatever. But with you guys, and with what you guys try to do with this story in particular, you can say a lot without having to say anything. With facial expressions that I saw in this trailer, especially when some of those characters they're on the ground, they're winded, they're looking at their opponent and they're thinking, what do I have to do to win this fight? Or what do I have to do to escape my past so I can have a better future for myself? You're saying there's not a lot of dialogue in this film. I like it. I like it because it's different from other films that we've seen in the past. And also, you can say a lot without having to say anything. I mean, look what Daphne Keane did in Logan. 2/3 of that movie, she's not saying a gosh darn thing. She's just going, you know, and ripping guys' limbs off, and it's awesome, you know. But she doesn't say anything. It's great. But in this film, I appreciate that. So, Josh, in no uncertain terms here, what I'm trying to say is that this trailer was great because you gave us a lot without having to give us much dialogue at all, and I like that. These 2 characters are going to be doing. And by the way, who's this mysterioso cloaked red cloaked figure firing a Han Solo looking blaster in the distance? I'm wondering, what's that character's deal? What's he all about? Why is he there? What part is he going to play in this story?
Travis,
I can't wait to find out, man. I got to tell you, I cannot wait.
I was gonna say,
Same thing.
Josh, how about we just like not tell anybody like who it is, just so like people can't go search for him.
Yes.
Like I just want like
fine.
nobody to know what he looks like until they see the film. If you're
mind that,
watching,
but-
Bud, which I know you're not.
Yeah.
F you. You wait.
No.
But in all
I
honesty,
think I told
Josh,
him to
I like
watch.
this trailer. I like this
Thank you.
trailer. I think this film's got a good vibe to it. It's different than anything else we've ever seen. And when you can say things without having to say anything, that makes the film all the better. Because I've seen some films lately that don't have a lot of dialogue in them, and I'm starting to appreciate that more and more in film as an art form. Just the expressions on a person's face is better than having them say 50 words of dialogue. Because
Yeah.
you can feel what
More,
they're
Ryan.
feeling. You can experience what they're experiencing without having to say anything.
I agree.
So, and by the way, great trailer, bottom line. It has 2 thumbs way, way up, and we cannot wait to see it on July 3rd, the day before our Day of Independence.
Can anybody else tell that Ryan is like super hyped for it?
I'm going to be watching this so many more times before
I
it
know.
comes out.
I know, Ryan.
So good.
You'll get so much more of just like a oh my god feel when you like watch it like on your own. Like I knew once I watched it, I told Josh I was just like I got one person who's going to be very happy to see this trailer. So
He's right here in the studio. Hey.
I feel like we were talking about that while we were filming it too. It's like he's gonna love this.
hands down.
More than likely. So yeah, thanks for bringing this to our attention, Josh, because we're jacked up. We can't wait to see this bad boy on July 3rd of 2021. And by the way, the score in this trailer, paying tribute to what came before, but celebrating the future, I love it.
I want to give a shout out to
Yes.
Instrumental City, who gave me permission to use that music. So
Instrumental City. Check them out if you haven't.
Thank
They
you,
were
Instrumental State.
really cool for letting us use that because that really makes the trailer. So thank you guys. I'll ask questions even though I know the answers to them because all of you are chicken shit.
What? I can talk.
I mean, I have a question.
Oh,
go on,
go
Nick.
for it.
Okay, Nick.
I didn't want to be rude. I'm sorry. So when you were saying Samurai inspired with the way this is gonna go, were you getting inspired with the way how Mandalorian treated their show in the sense that through character-driven stories and the way it was shot and everything?
More in terms of how it was shot and how it's directed and executed, like aesthetically and visually, and like the style of it. Yeah, it's just like you said, there's not a lot of dialogue, so it's very not slow. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a slow movie. It definitely picks up within the first 30 seconds, but it's got a lot of those quiet, just really just character-focused moments that are very reminiscent of what you would see in something like The Mandalorian or old Kurosawa samurai movies.
Yeah. And I'll hop in on that one because me and Josh talked about this in great depth, especially when it came to certain sections of this film. When filming certain conflicts, we took a lot of the very classic aesthetic cues from films such as that in order to incorporate that in here because we wanted something. We wanted to share that because those films had such a risque but grounded feel, and that's what we really wanted to try to bring to this was like our own take, but something that was grounded in a certain way.
We wanted that kind of gritty, old, like not Western, but Western inspired feel. It's very, it's very gritty. It's very grounded. It's not realistic. I mean, it takes place in galaxies far, far away in space with laser swords, so it's not realistic. But it's more serious and
grounded in the approach.
than a traditional Star Wars movie. Even something I think like Rogue One, which has way more levity than something like this does. I mean, there's not really that much humor in this, if at all. So
no, I'm excited.
I'm funny.
Yeah, don't you remember that one scene?
Spoilers.
Remember the thing you make fun of me behind the scenes all the time? I hate the water, which I don't remember saying.
What are you, Anakin with I don't like sand?
Because you were dehydrated when you said it. You were hallucinating.
I want everybody to know I went through a lot of physical torment for this. I got stories.
Oh my god, I remember the training video you posted. And you just looked dead, Travis.
Well, I mean, in the scene in the trailer, you're on the ground and your man bun hair is hanging out, and you got cuts and bruises all over your face, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, Travis went through heck for this.
Yeah, were those? I'm guessing they weren't, but that was like.
That was makeup artistry.
No, that was all real. Full method.
Oh, you really got sliced and diced.
It looks really real. I'm sorry.
Yeah, full method.
Yeah, we just beat him up.
Yeah.
Dude, that definitely worked.
One punch to the face.
I told Josh to take a swing at me, and then he did. Felt nothing. Nothing happened. Then Greg just came in there. And I almost had an eye pop out. Like it was crazy.
Sacrifices had to be made.
That was a good day.
Yeah,
but for the sake of art.
On a serious note, yes, Caroline, that was all makeup, and also proud to say, amongst many titles I think I have that's a part of this production, makeup was definitely one of them, and I'm very proud of some of the work I did.
Yeah.
Wait, you did makeup?
I did all the I did everything. I was applying to myself
for some scenes.
But. Oh yes, we did have some for my hair, my beautiful hair. My hair needed to be maintained.
Travis, before you were mentioning all the stuff you had to put through this movie, the intense action that you had to endure. Yeah. I will say there's one specific scene you'll note when you see the movie that we did, I think, 6 or 7 takes of that Travis had to do that involved him hitting the ground a lot, really hard. There were rocks and sticks.
Yeah, and usual productions have like padding for their people, but we're like, nah, we're gonna show you.
Yeah, we don't have $10 million. We have nowhere near that much. So.
If you want to be an amateur,
we have 5.
Listen, the way I see it, if you want to be a stuntman, you have to start off really amateur, and you got to take a lot of real hits.
Yeah, we had no stunt doubles either. It was all them. So.
It was all nobody could ever match my physique. So
right. So in other words, you're willing to suffer for your art.
Hands down.
I'm amazed you didn't break anything.
I'm amazed too.
What I'm hearing is I get to edit together a compilation of Travis just hitting the ground.
There's
After
maybe
the film's out.
Oh,
It's like the
there's
beginning. It's like the
there's
beginning
plenty
of
of
Mr. Blue Sky,
footage
like
of it.
dun, 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 dun.
I will say I'm gonna try to dance around this verbally without giving anything away, but the scene in Talk, it was funny because we shot so much of it and then putting it in the film, it was short. I made the suggestion though.
I know.
It ended up being shorter than it should have because a little too long and it would have been goofy. So it works. It looks good how we have it now, but it's just
But
like I sat there and I was like, it looks good, but damn it, I suffered so much for it a little bit.
Yeah, it's like the scene that it was going to be like a 25-30 second scene that we shortened to about 7 to 10.
Oh no,
Wow.
Travis.
You do it.
Crazy.
This is what happens. This is what
It
happens.
just made sense.
Yeah, it made sense. At the end of the day, as long as it works.
Well,
But oh boy.
Anyone on the round
Boy,
table
oh
get any
boy.
questions? Because the audience is firing in like 10.
Oh
or
yeah,
20
we got a
questions
lot
right
of
now.
questions. So
Yeah,
get ready,
so-
Josh. You got stuff to answer.
Okay.
I have all of the questions that I'm gonna slowly put up. Some of them do like have spoiler questions, so have fun
Spoiler-ish.
dancing
He's
around
a
that.
director. He's a
I'll-
director.
Have
I
fun
know how to
dancing
do it.
around that. Here we
I know how to
go.
do it. I know how to do this.
Spidey fan says, "I wonder if there's going to be a brutal lightsaber kill. That would be awesome."
That would be awesome.
That would be.
That would
Yeah.
be really awesome. Yeah,
That's a massive spoiler, Spidey fan. We can't answer that.
but there's there's definitely
Moving
lightsabers
on.
in it. I can tell you that.
Ooh, how long will the finished product be, Josh?
Yes,
How long
Josh.
is this epic
How
film
long?
going to be?
The
Yes, Josh.
with
How
credit,
much?
with credits, the final runtime is 26 minutes.
Ooh,
All right. That's a good run time. It's a good run time.
good job. Good job.
And I
good job.
told him, and he doesn't believe me, that on the first edit through for like the picture
was-
lock, I said it was 35 minutes, and he doubts me. I'm like,
100%. It was
no,
not
it
35
was.
minutes.
And I,
It was
and I told
100%
you.
like around
This is-
35
this is
minutes.
what-
150%.
What happened was the cut I sent him had an extra. You know how sometimes you're editing something and there's something like an extra 10 minutes down the timeline after the
Yeah,
casting?
yeah.
That's what happened, and I had something attached, and he's convinced that
I don't
was
know,
just
man.
the whole movie.
I don't know, because the weird thing
I
was
don't
I
know.
watched it, and after it was over, I said, "This is
If you
this
can
long?
find me that original file, which I probably still have,
You delete everything before I have a chance to delete all of it." Oh my god! But yes, it's for all you watching this. It's actually pretty impressive how we, when going into this, didn't really know how long it would be.
I thought it was going
didn't
to be like 17 minutes.
exactly. I was thinking sweet spot of 15 to 17, but somehow
Yeah.
our imaginations got the better of us, and we turned into almost a half hour. So there you go. Hopefully, it's a good
Congrats.
half hour.
Question: How long was the final script that we had? Like, how long was the final script?
I want to say like 8-9 pages,
Okay.
something like that.
All right,
Nice.
We really
nice.
exaggerated some moments.
just a bit.
Next question.
Our boy Kearns asks, any Star Wars stories you use as a reference when making this epic film, Josh?
Actually, yeah, there's one specific one that I don't remember. Travis, I talked to you about it when we were working on it, but
Yeah.
the Old Republic RPG from, I want to say like 2010, not the Knights of the Old Republic, but the Old Republic RPG. There's a story that takes place in that game that heavily is about two characters. I don't want to say too much about which one it is.
If
since
you
it
played
might
it,
be
you
spoiled.
know.
Yeah, if you played it, you know. But it is heavily inspired by that, with our own stuff thrown in and mixed around. That was the main inspiration.
That is so terribly mysterious, but I like it a lot. So that's a good answer, Josh.
My inspiration for my character was like edgy Obi-Wan Kenobi, like
It's not phase, mom.
Edgy,
like
angry
it's like
Obi-Wan
he
Kenobi.
has the same personality, but it's just like deeper in voice. So I just turn and I go, "Hello there." You know, just a lot of that.
That's a great.
I
That's
love
a
it.
great background for your character, Travis. Great question, by the way, Kearns. Thank you, kind sir.
Next question.
Internet. Oh wow, Kearns is just not going to quit. He says, "Will there be original music, or just classic Star Wars themes that are featured within the film?"
Oh yay! We get to shout him out.
So shout out to our composer Cal Meehan, who's done a phenomenal job with the music so far.
He's a
My
beautiful
brother
boy.
in
We're getting close to the finish line on all of it, including the music. But
We love him.
I can tell you there will be both. The majority of the music is original themes. If you listen closely enough, you will hear some Star Wars themes in there.
Yeah.
I think I heard a familiar note or two in that teaser trailer.
Yeah, but we take a lot of pride, and I know our buddy Cal Meehan, who did the score, takes a lot of pride in given the fact that we wanted everything to be as original to ourselves creatively as possible. So most of the music is definitely our own take, and I think we're very proud of that at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He does amazing work.
Amazing work.
So who's this now? Spidey fan 62 or 82? 62 says, are the lightsaber fights in the film inspired by the prequels where everyone is doing flip-flops, or is it more like the original trilogy as well as the sequel trilogy form of lightsaber combat, Josh?
Travis does so many backflips.
No.
It sounds like the strings and everything.
25 in one breath, I'm telling you.
So it's kind of our own thing. It's kind of just a blend of the three, I would say, because we're not doing backflips. We're not jumping 6 feet in the air, but we do well, except for that one shot, Travis, where you're flying down from the sky. But
yeah,
sure, yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's not quite as intense as the prequels, but I'd say it's more intense than something like in the original trilogy. Or the sequels, where there's a lot more just kind of hacking at each other. So it's definitely people that have been trained in serious combat, but it's not to the extent of a prequel era Jedi.
Yeah, we really wanted to give it like a layer of bare bones quality to it, where it's like we wanted to keep it so grounded, like to it being about the characters, that it's like we wanted the fighting to show that. So we wanted everything to just kind of come from them and not have too much take away from what they're going through, what they're doing in the moment.
Great question.
Cool. Next question.
I like that question, Spidey. I like that question.
Yeah. Spidey fan.
Questions.
Boy, Kearns, you are not going to quit, man. Okay, Kearns says, did you create your own lightsabers for this film? And if so, what did you use to make them?
Travis, you can talk about this one.
Yes. So also another credit of being part of the VFX team for this as well. We didn't create our own lightsabers from scratch. We actually had help, which is not an uncommon source from good people over at Video Copilot. You can check them out on YouTube. They are a wonderful channel, and they also work to make basically special effects packages that you can either buy, or they have some that are free. But these guys are so cool, and they know that there's such a love for stuff like this that they actually have a package called Ultra Saber that you can use. It's a free plugin for After Effects, and that's what we have been using for the effects for the lightsabers themselves. We have other effects going on in there that are a mixture of other things, but that's what we did for those. And honestly, if you're ever thinking about getting into doing a Star Wars fan film, or just doing Star Wars lightsaber VFX, that's an easy way to start, because the plugin, it's super easy to install, and it honestly gives you a lot of room of customization. And at the end of the day, it just looks damn good. And when you record something and then you just kind of put your blades to it and you watch it for the first time, you're like, oh. So yeah, definitely check those guys out at Video Copilot over on YouTube. You won't be disappointed.
And did you also want to talk about the actual, like, where you got the blade, the hilts, the blades?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, and also our actual practical lightsabers that we used on set for the hilts and everything were dueling lightsabers, which are nice. If you don't know, there are basically multiple types of actual prop lightsabers you can get. Ones that are kind of for show, that have the glass bulb and everything, but then the actual dueling ones that have thick plastic blades and everything. I got mine personally from Ultra Saber, or Saber Forge. Our other buddy got it from Ultra Saber, and these things are basically designed with craftsmanship in mind. Sound effects out the wazoo like you wouldn't believe. So many levels of customization, and you can whack them all day, every day, and they will not give up on you unless you drop them into a river. So,
yeah,
fantastic. So definitely make sure to check those guys out if you are looking into getting those, because at the end of the day, whacking your friends with lightsabers is just downright fun.
Oh yeah, people were hit with lightsabers
so much.
Sometimes cameras were hit with lightsabers.
Yeah.
I got punched.
Wow. So some actors or filming equipment were harmed during the making of this production. Okay.
Little bit.
I'm filing a lawsuit for mental
go ahead.
mental turmoil.
Well, on that note,
we're in court.
We're gonna switch over to another question.
John asks, which software did you use? There's a lot of new ones out there, Josh and Travis.
For editing, I mean, we just use Adobe Premiere. It's what I've always been using.
Gets the job done.
For audio, we're using Audition, again, keeping it with Adobe. After Effects for visual effects. And then Greg, he's doing color grading on DaVinci, I believe.
Yes.
I actually heard about Da Vinci. My boss told me about that one.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Da Vinci is a very good product, and people that are getting into the editing field, even like more higher ups, will even tell you that you can use Premiere for just about anything, even color correcting. But Da Vinci really has it tuned into a direct key where you can like really get in and like really fine tune the edges. So that's why it's highly recommended. So we made sure we for every aspect we had a program for each. So that way we made sure we did our best with every single fragment of this entire piece.
Yeah, awesome. So we do have one more question for right now. If you guys have any other questions, drop them down in the comments. Before we go to this last question, make sure if you're watching this, you give us a like or a heart, whichever platform you're watching on, YouTube or Facebook. Make sure you're sharing this with all of your friends, because the more the merrier in this fun little discussion. And if you haven't checked out the trailer yet, the link is down in the comments posted by Nerd Culture, so go check that out. And we're gonna move on to our last question, guys.
Plug. Anyway, Spidey Fan 62, which I heard or may not have been a good year, asks, are we going to see an iconic Star Wars character kind of as an Easter egg cameo there, Josh?
Josh, they got us. Yes, Ewan McGregor is in this.
No way. What?
He just showed up.
That's where all the budget went.
Ewan McGregor showed up? What about Pedro Pascal?
I'm sorry, what?
Get rid of him.
He was busy.
Pedro Pascal.
No, there are no. This is completely standalone. No one you've seen before is in this. I would like to tease and dance around it, but the truth is no. Nobody you've seen before is in this.
But it doesn't matter because we have characters you're gonna love even more. Hopefully,
they'll be in the main line soon enough.
I don't know about that Tarrick guy though.
The dream is to basically keep on keeping on with this stuff, and then eventually one day we make one and we actually have big names in here. Be like, oh my god, I love you. All right, now hit him in the face.
All right,
action.
now punch.
Yeah. Well, that's all the questions we have down in the comments.
Awesome.
Travis or Josh, do you guys have any last words for the audience to
regarding
anything you want to plug?
Yeah.
Or spoil?
So here's how the movie ends.
You see,
I'm honestly hoping, because it seems like an entire boss battle, I'm just hoping that the two characters are actually secretly really in love, and they've been chasing each other across the universe to finally get to the boss battle, and then, Travis and the guy sprint to each other, and then it's just the most beautiful kiss in cinematic history.
Yeah, it's going to end like a Disney
like he was in the writing room. It's like he was there.
I'm calling it right now.
She got it.
Did anybody else watch Travis's face?
Yeah, he's not happy about it, and neither
Travis
am I,
is the
because
main
that's
character.
another thing to say.
Travis, you can't kiss on camera. Are you camera shy?
It wasn't in my contract. I wasn't getting paid enough.
Josh, in all seriousness though, is there a love interest in this film that we have not yet seen in the trailer?
No, there is no love interest.
There is no love interest.
No, I'm just thinking
Hold on.
because Travis.
Wait a minute.
Ruth, wait before we continue. Ruth
Wait
has
a
to support her with that.
Are you
Thank you,
kidding me?
Amanda. Also,
Amanda
you can't
supports
stop.
this?
You can't stop whatever fan art happens, Josh. You know that.
Honestly,
I'm just
here's
saying.
the thing. I look forward to that being a possibility.
Wait. No, Josh, please tell me that Ruth did not crack the code of the Broken Whills.
She might have.
Spoilers.
All I'm saying is
She might have.
stay around after the credits. You never know what's
Ruth,
Oh, there's
please make
a
fan
bonus
art.
scene at the end of the credits, like a Marvel movie?
please don't make fan
Yes.
art. Please don't make fan art.
No,
I mean,
please make
We're
fan
not going
art.
down that rabbit hole.
Travis, in that one shot in the trailer, I don't know
Oh,
how many
gosh.
seconds in. I'll find it. You were looking
Mm,
pretty
it is
hot,
this.
dude.
Yes.
I know. I'm fantastic.
Yeah.
Unless Josh or Travis have anything to add to that, this was a wonderful way to spend Star Wars Day
Travis.
2021.
I have
Yes,
one more
Travis.
thing. We had one question that we didn't get to, and I want to address it because I want to see how Josh answers it without giving anything away. This is from John Terabetsky.
Did I miss one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
did.
did,
Scroll up a
actually.
little bit. If you,
I can bring it up. I know which one you're talking about too.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Does
I
he?
have no idea- I have no idea what's
Hold
happening.
on. I'll find it.
Hang on.
Oh, I see it. I got it.
Boom.
Sorry,
There
John.
it is.
I
There it is.
knew that was coming up. All right.
So Joshua, any plan to revisit this?
So let me ask you a question. Is this the groundwork for a cinematic universe like Star Wars?
Nick, you can't be in it.
Is this the Star Wars
I'll play
Cinematic
droid.
Universe directed by Josh Needle?
I will answer this with one of my favorite quotes from Star Wars. Always in motion, the future is.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't know if this is going to make things better or worse for you, Josh. Truly wonderful, the mind of a child is.
The creative mind is a dangerous but wonderful thing.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There you go. You know what, Josh? I'm going to make it simple for you. This is the way.
This is the way.
Yes.
Okay. So, Josh, where can we find this film when it debuts July 3rd?
You can find it on youtube.com/lastinglightmedia, and be sure to subscribe so you can see it first when it drops on July 3rd.
You took my life away from me. Now it's your turn to die. Face it, Tarrick. This is who we are.
I'm one of the Force, and the Force is with me.